Nick is probably the most focused, driven person I've ever met in my entire life. He kind of just puts his head down, gets the work done, isn't looking for a round of applause or standing ovation. He just does it because it makes him feel good. If he says he's going to do something, whether it's family related, personal related, or work related, he does it. So he's taught me really the true meaning of what being humble and working hard means. He's a super loyal person. He is just so loyal to me and the people that he cares about. He would drop anything at any time of the day to rescue someone from a situation or just help out. He's just the most loyal, kind person, and I don't think people see that part of him. But to me, it's just something that I was kind of surprised by at first. I'm like, I thought you were kind of this like army guy. But I think that's what makes him so well-rounded. And that's why I love him dearly.
It was probably 2007, 2008, and my cousin joined the military. He joined the Army, he was infantry, and I would see him come back from deployments, and the way that he was growing and learning about himself and just becoming a person that was contributing to society. I highly respected that, and I wanted that for myself. I received a full scholarship to college, and because they were paying for my school, I had a 4-year active duty commitment upon graduating. I was sent to Fort Benning, Georgia, and then I went to Ranger School. So Ranger School itself is a 61-day course, and the pass rate is 50%. So I knew going into this course that I was expecting to be broken off physically and mentally and be tested beyond what I knew I was capable of.
If you're that confident, I like your confidence.
The thing about a school like this is you don't know and you're not guaranteed the reward at the end. You could spend 120 days there, and I spent 120 days there with other people that at the end of it didn't pass. They went home with nothing. I went through the first phase, which was 3 weeks. I failed. 6-week holdover, did the phase again, passed. I get through phase 2, I fail phase 2 because I didn't pass my patrols. And I knew how to do phase 2 over again. So at this point, I'm in Ranger School for 15 weeks, and it was one of those things where I was like, I can't catch a break. Like, how am I ever going to leave this school? So I called my dad, and I said, "Hey Dad, I failed." And then all of a sudden I just felt this lump just like create my throat. All I got out was, "Hey, I failed." 15 seconds in, and the remaining time I was allowed to use that phone, I couldn't say a word because I didn't want to have my dad hear me break down, and I didn't want to see the guys around me break down and lose it. The hard part was seeing people progress and you getting left behind. That was tough. I literally felt defeated. And that was probably the hardest day in that school was, calling back home saying I didn't pass and not knowing that I was gonna pass ever. It's the unknown of you just keep working, you just keep doing all you can, no matter how beat down you are, no matter how tired, no matter how hungry, you just keep going. I would have, no matter how bad it got, no matter how hungry I got, no matter how tired, no matter how long I was there, I would have never quit. It would have been a regret for the rest of my life. People were dropping out and quitting all the time because they just didn't want to stick it out anymore. And you just get broke down beyond the point of unbelief. I just kept driving forward. It was just like drive. I was just so driven to finish that school. Sleep didn't matter, food didn't matter. It was just, I wanted to be done. I wanted to graduate. After I failed my second time, I had to do the second phase over again. It was my time to shine. Like, I was given the leadership opportunity that day. I prepared like no other. I didn't sleep that night before. I stayed up, I rehearsed. You do everything you can. You work like a dog to make sure you pass. I gave my leadership presentation, ran my mission the next day. I finished it up, and I thought maybe, you never know if you do bad or good. And one of the instructors came up next to me after I was done, and he told me, he was like, hey, you did a good job with that one. So that was his way of saying, you didn't pass this phase yet, but you passed your assessment. I haven't experienced an emotional high like that probably ever in my life. And I will never forget that feeling, like that moment right there. At the end of the phase, one of the instructors pulled two of us in, and I was one of them. He's like, I know you've been here for a long time. I just want to let you know, don't tell anyone you guys passed. Finding out you're finally finishing the school, you're finally going home, that the emotional high of finishing that school was unmatched to anything else in my life. So after Ranger School, I got sent to my first duty assignment, which was Fort Hood, Texas, and I was assigned to be an infantry platoon leader. When I first got to Texas, my unit was in Germany. So I had a few weeks of time, this small gap, for me to kind of fill before everyone came back and I took over my platoon. And I was like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna document my process and share my journey with people, online. Hey, what's going on, guys? It is December 6th, it's Saturday, and I'm gonna do a day in the life video showing you just some workouts, what I'm eating, what I'm doing. I think we're heading to Austin today. And then I'll show you the workout I just did, going over some things, and then we'll get into the day. So. There was never the intent of monetizing it. There was never the intent of scaling to where it's at right now. I just started filming videos. And then we got orders to go to South Korea for 9 months. So when I got to Korea, my only hobbies outside of work were filming YouTube videos. After work, when everyone else was watching movies, playing video games, hanging out, I was working. I was working on my businesses. I was listening to podcasts. I was watching videos. I was learning about storytelling through content creation. Every waking minute, I would work. So it's funny the way that my YouTube kind of broke into the space. I'm just gonna do a day in the life of an infantry platoon leader because I've realized that a lot of my videos, I'll show you the cool stuff. I'll show you the range. I posted this video on YouTube called A Day in the Life of an Infantry Platoon Leader. So that next day we were going to the field for a month. I had no access to computers, to YouTube, to checking anything. Well, little did I know when I was in the field, that video went semi-viral and I got 1 million views really fast. And I got back from the field and that video had over 1 million views, and my YouTube channel went from 30,000 subscribers to 80,000 subscribers. So you imagine me coming back from the field, covered in camo, covered in dirt, no shower, looking at my phone and seeing on YouTube that I gained 50,000 subscribers while I was gone. And I was mind blown. It's one of those things where you finally feel like you catch a little break. You have these small victories, these small wins, and you just run with it. When I first started my supplement company, I was in college. And when I first started that company, I told my dad the idea. I was psyched about it. And to this day, I will never forget. He said, if it were that easy, everyone would do it. But I felt so confident in my ability to perform, to build, to scale, that there was never a moment where I doubted myself. I couldn't do either one less than 100%. I had to go all in on either. One was stay in the military because I was up for promotion to captain and pursue that career. Or the second was get out of the military and pursue what I was doing. My business, my supplement company had scaled to a point where I could pay myself and I could pay employees. It was sustainable. Keep doing social media, content creation, networking, and building my life, building my career as an entrepreneur. And I decided that I would get out, become an entrepreneur, and pursue that career. Everything the military taught me, all the values, all the lessons, I miss to this day. I miss the experiences, I miss the people, I miss every part about it. But my passion of what I wanted to do for fulfillment was to become an entrepreneur. I think as successful as BPN has become, as profitable as my companies are in every aspect of it, I 100% believe that the fulfillment, the passion for me comes from other people seeing that journey, that process, and that passion, and them taking that and running with it. Having other people inspired and motivated through my journey is what makes me feel really good every single day. I want people to look back and remember me as the person that stuck to what I believe in, stuck to what I wanted to do, not because it got the most likes or the most views or was the most popular, but because it was what makes me a better person, makes my family, my friends, the people around me better people. That's what I want to be remembered as. As I grow and I learn more about other people and business and really seeing a company and people for what they are and what they represent, Rise is just someone that I wanted to align with. The values are the same, the mission, the vision, they're all things that I can align with and feel a part of. Making people better, helping them become better, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, making them a stronger person that want to contribute, that want to help. I saw what I was trying to do and what Rise was trying to do, and I wanted to align those values, those goals. Something I wish I would have done that I can appreciate now, but I couldn't appreciate then. When I first started my company, when I first started social media, I did not truly appreciate the suck of it. That's why I am an advocate of embracing the suck now. Because I wish I would have looked back then when I first got started and appreciated the lack of sleep, the countless hours teaching myself and learning and reading and listening. I wish I would have at that time appreciated that suck. Because now I live a life where I look forward to these opportunities where I have lack of sleep, where I'm working all night, where I never stop wanting more. And if I could give one piece of advice to the people that are getting started, the people that want to quit, or the people that are finding struggle in the journey, in the path, it's that you just got to embrace it, enjoy that. That is part of it. Because without the struggle, without the suck, without the hardship, you will never appreciate the end result. And if you can't appreciate the end result, you'll never want to work more and towards a bigger goal. So embrace the suck and love the journey.